Hi guys, Rod here, and today I'm starting a series of videos on how to access and work with the iOS sensors like the camera, fingerprint, accelerometer. In this first tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to work with the camera and the photos on your device. This tutorial is going to be broken up into two videos. In the first video, we're going to keep it really simple. I'll be showing you how to access the camera and the photo library on a device and assign it to a buttons UI image. In the second part of this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to handle the various authorization statuses when dealing with media assets and how to better ask permission from your user within the right context of your app and get people to click allow more often. So let's get started. I already created a single view application which contains a view with the background image, a button with the default image, and some labels here. Just a real simple profile screen. When we click this button, the user will have a choice of using the camera or the photo library on the device to choose an image and use it as the new profile image. But before we get into any code, we'll need to add a couple of privacy keys to the info.plist. These keys are new, so I'll go ahead and add them here. The first one is NS photo library usage description, and the second one NS camera usage description. And this is where you can explain to the user why you are requesting access to their photos and the camera. Now that we've done that, let's save this, jump back to our storyboard. We're going to be creating a couple of outlets here and actions. But before we do that, I just want you to notice that I've created this nice round button. Let me turn this off so you can see. This nice round button on the storyboard, and I did this by using an IB designable class that I borrowed from a good friend of mine, Mark Moykins, over at Big Mountain Studios here in Utah. He has an excellent channel with a lot of great iOS tutorials you guys should definitely check out. I'm going to put a link down below to his channel at the bottom of the video. So as you can see, this IB designable exposes a few properties for my button. I like this button to animate when we first launch the app and to pop in. And I also wanted a round button, so you can set the corner radius here to half the width of the button. That makes it round. And I added a border, so when the screen loads, you'll see this button pop in with a nice bouncy animation. That's it. That's all we're doing for look and feel. Let's go ahead and add the couple of outlets that we're going to need. The first one is just an outlet for the button itself, and we'll call it profile button. And we will need an action, and we'll call this choose photo. And this will be what the user is going to tap in order to get a photo from their device. Connect that. And we're pretty much done with our storyboard. Let's close this and jump into our view controller. First thing I want to do here is add a couple of delegates. First one is UI image picker controller delegate. And in order to make this class the pickers delegate, we need to add a UI navigation controller delegate as well. We have our button here, and I'm going to create a variable for our image picker. Call it image picker, and it's UI image picker controller. Okay, once that's done, we can jump into our method here. So the action we want to happen when the user taps our button is for an action sheet or popover menu in the case of an iPad to show us an option to take a photo using the camera or choose a photo from the user's photo library on their device. Once we have that photo, we'll assign the chosen image to our button's image view. That's all we want to accomplish for now. Keep it really simple. Let's instantiate our image picker. And set the delegate to self. And we'll need three actions here: one for the photo, one for the camera, one for the photo library, and one for just a cancel button. So we will also need an alert controller. So we'll create that here. keep this nil. Preferred style action sheet. Now we can create our actions. First one we'll call camera action. Use camera. Style default. And our handler, call this action. So we'll say self.imagepicker.mediatypes available media types for camera. So we're basically telling it we have an available camera. So now let's make you use that camera. Set the source type to camera. And we're also going to allow the user to edit the image. And then we present our controller, our image picker. And we don't need a completion. Alright guys, now next action is going to let the user bring up the photo library, and it's very similar to this one. So we're just going to copy this code, paste it here, and make some changes. We'll call this photo library action. Change this text to use photo library. Check for the correct media type. And set our source to photo library. We'll also allow the user to edit that photo and display our image picker. Last but not least, we need a cancel action for our action sheet. Call it cancel. Style, this is important. We want the style to be cancel because we don't want this button to show on the iPad. And the iPad will automatically hide it if you use the cancel style. Let's add our actions. First the camera. Then the photo library. And our cancel button. Oops. Okay, and then all we need to do now is present our alert. And that should do it. Let's run this, and you guys will be able to see this here. Okay, if we click our profile button, you won't be able to see my mouse. I'm doing this on my phone, but if we click our profile button, we'll see the action sheet show. We can bring up the camera. Cancel that. And we can bring up the photo library. If we pick up photo right now, the app's not going to do anything because we haven't told it what to do. So let's do that next. All we need to do is add a couple of delegate methods. The first one is simply image picker controller did cancel, and all we're going to do in here is dismiss our controller, and we don't need a completion. And then we need to add a method that will let us handle our image that we just picked, and this method is image picker controller did finish picking media with info. And our info object is an NS dictionary that holds two images, the original and the edited image, and we want the edited image, that's a hard word to say. So we'll let our chosen image be info, and we'll ask it for the UI image picker controller edited image. And let's cast that as a UI image. We will set our profile, buttons, image view, content mode to scale properly, and we want the image to fill the entire space in the button and not get squished. If you choose scale to fill, that image will be, it could possibly be squished if the scale is different. If you choose scale aspect fit, the image will fit inside the button, but you might end up with some empty spaces on each side. So we want it to fill, and we want it to scale the same as the original image. And then we set the image to our button's normal state. And don't forget to dismiss the controller. Okay, that should do it. Let's run this one more time and see what we get. Okay, I can click the profile button, choose camera, and let's take a photo of my desktop here. We can zoom in, and there it is. It's a nice animation. We'll click it again, use the photo library, and we'll pick one of these awesome selfies. How about this one, guys? And there it is. We have just created a simple application that lets the user choose an image either from their camera or the photo library and assign it to a button's image. On the next video, I'm going to go into more detail about dealing with the different authorization statuses that you can come across when dealing with assets. And we're also going to talk about ways of better handling the prompts that you can display to your user prior to them clicking allow, in order to maximize the chances that they will actually allow you to use those assets. That's it for now, guys. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe if you'd like to learn more about the camera and other sensors on iOS. Thanks for watching.